there's no such thing as fucking passive income. Yeah. The market will do what the market does, and someone will come in and take your spot. I made my first million when I was 18. I even have friends of mine that have $300 million in the bank and they're in their late 20s and they've done very well in certain businesses. And I have to check in on them because sometimes they're a genuine suicide risk. They're genuinely lost. They have no purpose in their life. And when I don't say it lightly when I say I think that they are a genuine suicide risk. So I have to constantly check in on them, make sure they're doing okay. And that's a person who has the dream. What you can do is you can buy yourself time. Like if you work really hard for the next 6 months, you may have bought yourself 18 months. I think there's definitely a monetary amount where you can get to where you realize, okay, I'm kind of happy at this amount, but it still takes maintenance. I take home personally tens of millions of dollars a year. That's not a good life.
Even when I was like 14, 15, 16, so I had a girlfriend for like 2 years. My first relationship was like 2 years. And I remember, bro, back then I was reading Way of Superior Man. I was reading 5 Love Languages. I was reading, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. Yeah. Dude, like I was reading a lot of those books back then. So like even back then, dude, I'll be honest, women with me are on their absolute best behavior. I have never experienced a girl in my life that's late, that's disrespectful. These days, I don't experience those sort of things. When I was like 14, 15, 16, even my girlfriend, like she knew, like, if my girlfriend wants to hang out on Sunday and I haven't read my book for the week, it's not happening, right? And same thing with my friends. I had the exact same boundaries and same relationships with my friends. And that's why, dude, I was a real loner in school. I used to spend my lunch breaks meditating in the bathroom because if when I wake up every morning with like 3-4 hours sleep because I was going to school, going to the gym 6 times a week, reading a book a week, and then also trying all these little like side hustles before I eventually found my business. So I was getting like 3-4 hours sleep a day. So meditating in the morning was an option. I just fall back asleep and miss school. I couldn't meditate at night because that was usually when I was doing most of my work. And once again, I'd fall asleep. So I just landed on meditating in my lunch breaks. And I guess that was also because all my friends would like kind of go out for lunch and stuff like that, and I couldn't afford to do that back then. I don't look at my age, I look at how long have you been doing something, right? So before I even had the first business that I ever started 5.5 years ago, I was reading a book a week. I was going to gym pretty much 6 times a week, meditating anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes a day. I don't even do that now. I probably know I should do. So I was working on me. And that's why when the right opportunity came about, the business that I started, it's not very, like, having a marketing agency is about as sexy as having an accounting firm. There's nothing like sexy about it, but it's a service-based business. And once again, it's like, even within the agency world, there's people who are slaves to their business and there are people who do it right. So whatever business, like I don't take pride in being a hard worker. I take pride in being very smart and understanding leverage. And then I throw in hard work on top of that. And that's why I am where I am today. Do what I did 8 years ago, which is like the fundamentals, and do what you did 3 years ago, and that's why you're here today. And by the way, like, it would be very interesting if we were sat here and I was like 8 years into self-development, business, this, that, and we had you at 8 years, right? Because I guarantee if you 8 years sat here with me at 8 years, bro, you'd probably be much farther ahead than I am, right? So I don't look at it as like age. I look at it as like, how long have you been doing this stuff? As a man, you're not shit in this world. You are not fucking anything, and no one will give you an ounce of fucking pity. You're here, and you gotta make it on your own, right? And as a man, you just go brick by brick by brick by brick, year on year on year, and then you look back and you've accomplished something. But you as a man have been brought into this world, and you gotta create your own value. 20% of success is meditate, work on your past traumas, don't drink alcohol, don't smoke pot, get 9 hours of sleep a day. I know this sounds ridiculous, but like if you just do those things consistently, you're honestly 70% of the way there. Here's the thing, I'm really not the hardest working. I mean, I will say, like, especially from 2014 to like 2018, I was a machine, right? But these days, I'm really not the hardest working in the company. I have many people in my company who make far more than any business owner will, or any CEO will, right? These are people who make hundreds of thousands a year because the right track could just be aligning with the right company and every year showing more and more value. So it doesn't necessarily need, not everyone needs to, do what I did and drop out of school and build a business, but just aligning on the right track.